said before, we're both honored and delighted to be here to talk to you about a topic that is both near and dear to us. Now more than ever, there's a need for trust in the workplace. And this need is universal. The need for connection and interdependency during these challenging, turbulent times. Increasingly, leaders across the globe are recognizing this need, and their employees are recognizing this need as well. In a recent global workforce study, where over 22,000 employees from around the world were surveyed, leaders' business, skills, and acumen.
Yet trust is reciprocal in nature. It represents something that we all need and we all want in our business relationships. Yet to give trust, in order to receive trust, we have to be willing to give the very thing it is that we want. At all levels of responsibility in organizations today, when people walk their talk, do what they say they will do, when they openly communicate and share information, when they admit mistakes and take responsibility for them, when they respect in one another's skills and abilities, trust is built. And when leaders build trust in their relationships with their employees, they get trust in return. They have a workforce where employees want to invest their time, their energy, and effort, where employees care about the work that they produce, and they care about the relationships they have with one another. They create an environment where people have pride and enthusiasm and willingly give of their heart, their soul, their spirit, and their talents.
When leaders build trust, they gain loyal employees. And when they break it, they lose them. Recent research regarding employee turnover reflects this. In a recent study, 65% of Fortune 1000 executives believe that trust will be the key factor in the voluntary employee turnover in the coming years. Further research indicates that 75% of these employees that leave, they don't just quit their jobs, they quit their bosses, particularly those they do not trust. And yet, when leaders build trust, they promote profitability. High trust organizations outperform low trust organizations in total shareholder return on investment by 286%. That's right, you heard me correctly, 286%. So as you can see, trust is not just a nice thing to have, it is sound business.
I recently had a conversation with the Chief Financial Officer of a very large financial institution. His response, very simple, very clear. He said, I want to create an environment where people want to work, and I know that requires trust. In preparation for coming here to talk with you today, Dennis and I reached out to a number of you here in the audience. We were interested in learning some of the challenges that you experience in your organization that call for trust. We were interested in hearing why you as HR leaders felt that this was a topic relevant for this audience. This is a highlight of some of the things that we learned from you in those conversations.
You spoke about the challenges that leaders have in trusting their employees. Break trust with their employees when their actions do not match their words, when they do not walk their talk, when they espouse and talk about honorable values, but they do not practice them. When they say that employees are our most important asset, but their behavior proves otherwise. Employees need to trust leaders, and likewise, leaders leaders need to trust employees. A number of you mentioned the challenge of employee turnover, employee loyalty. When leaders invest time and money and energy into developing and training their employees, when they even give of themselves in coaching and mentoring them, yet it is not returned. That in fact the employee takes those skills and leaves and goes elsewhere.